with the mascot. This was the second dunk he did with the mascot here. He takes the ball. Are they going to show this replay? Takes the ball, goes between his legs. He takes a in midair. How do you contort your body like this?
Yeah. That's hands down my favorite dunk I've ever seen.
My favorite event is the dunk contest, all right?
Really?
Now, here goes the thing. Lately, the three-point shootout has been, pretty much ideally the main event, and they are more consistent. And I still love the three-point shootout. It's not like I don't love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I watch it. I'm there every year. I watch it. I know who's participating and won. But the height of the dunk contest have been bigger and better than the three-point shootouts. It's just
I think that's a good take.
yeah. But the three-point shootout, of course, over the years have been more consistent because some dunk contests here and there will flop. But even the Matt McClung, I even enjoyed that dunk contest. You know what I mean? Like
He was very good.
So
He was very good.
But there has been the Chris Birdman ones. There's been some flops. I understand what you guys are going to say out there. Okay?
There's just like the variance in the dunk contest. Like, you whatever you have. If you have 8 guys in a 3-point contest, like a couple of those guys are going to get hot. And it's going to be fun. But if you have a dunk contest where dudes start missing dunks and it almost feels contagious, it's miserable.
Yeah.
There's
really hard to watch.
There's few things that are more pathetic than like a guy's time winding down and he hasn't gotten a dunk to go down yet, and then he's going like super conservative just
got to do a regular tomahawk to get 20 points on the board.
Those are awful. Those are just bad.
So what I have comprised here today is my top 5 NBA dunk contest dunks of all time. All right. Now,
do you have actual video of the dunks?
I have actual video too.
Oh, Bubba, your preparation is impeccable.
Thank you. Now, first here, what I have here is Jason Richardson. Okay.
Are we going 5-1?
5-1. Number 5 here is Jason Richardson. Okay. Now,
banger of Steve Dash's former wife.
Now, I'm starting with 5 here. Here goes the thing. Number 5 was my hardest one. Okay, because there have been a lot of great dunkers. You have the nostalgia. You have back in the day the Jordans, the Dr. J's, and the Dominiques, and all of those guys, Spud Webbs, and those guys, and those dunks were really good for that time. I had a hard time implementing those dunks and ranking those because those are the first time those guys probably ever seen those dunks versus some of these other crazy dunks that are on this list. So I had a hard time. So I just didn't add any of those at all, okay? These because the top 5 is the fucking top 5. I don't give a damn if you were born in 1920 or 2090, okay? It's what it is. It is what it is, okay?
We're not worried what George Mikan did.
Okay? So so number 5 was the toughest. Now, I went with Jay Rich. Jay Rich was in an awesome dunk contest with Desmond Mason and those guys, and this was his pretty much his clincher, okay? All right, so here you go. He's baseline, reverse between the legs with the left freaking hand, okay? And they're going to show it again here. Jay Rich, he was a freak athlete. You probably wanted more out of him as a player. But look at this. Baseline, Seth Alley, okay? Between the legs. Come on, man. That's sick. That's sick. Look at this. Reverse between the legs, left hand. That's and he's not left-handed, folks, for those who's wondering.
Yeah, you were playing up the left hand pretty hard. I was hoping it wasn't going to be real. He's left-handed.
He's insane. That is an insane dunk there, man. Okay. All right. So that made number 5. And let me get okay. All right. So that's Jay Rich. Any comments on Jay Rich?
Well, my only comment on that, very nice dunk, but whenever we reach the point of whoever was the best player at the time that Jay Richardson was there, we just saw this, so let's not dismiss him as a plumber or firefighter.
Who, Jay Rich?
Yeah.
Say that again?
I'm saying when we get to a point in time
when
people are looking back
too far ahead
and talking about the players of his era, let's not dismiss him as a plumber or firefighter.
No, Jay Rich was solid, but he did play in some dog days. I'm not a fan of the 2000 era.
No, my point is like history only remembers a handful of the very best. And again, you said it during the thing. We probably could have expected more of him as a player.
Yeah.
We didn't necessarily get that.
Yeah.
But reality, dude was a freakish athlete. he could score, he could
Yeah.
play, he wasn't trash.
No.
You know, and there's other guys in that era that, you know, deserve their due.
You know what's a weird something that's really funny and it's weird. There's another Jason Rich, a Jay Rich in Orlando. Very eerily similar. He went to Dr. Phillips. You remember that?
Jason Rich.
Yeah, Jason Rich.
Yeah. I
And-
think he
and-
played at Florida State, no?
Yeah. He
Yeah.
left Dr. Phillips and went to Florida
Yeah.
State. But eerily the same. Could dunk. He was athletic player. Wanted more out of him as a player.
Yeah.
Same name. Athleticism off the charts.
Well, you had that like that was
crazy.
in the like the post Jordan era, and you that was a prototype of a guy. Like
Yeah.
6'4" to
Jay-
6'6"
Jay
guy
Rich.
with real bounce. There was always, is he going to be the next Jordan?
Yeah.
You know, or that's the profile.
There
that
were
we're
like
looking
15
for.
next Jordans. and none
Yeah,
of them-
yeah, for
none
sure.
of them, yeah. All right. Number 4 here. I went with Andre Iguodala, okay? Now, Iguodala got my man AI throwing the alley. Now, this dunk is very underrated over the course of time, okay? From behind the backboard, okay, Iverson throws the alley hoop. They're going to show the replay here. From behind the backboard, this man does a windmill, has to duck his head so he does not hit the middle of the fucking backboard to do this dunk. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. All right, this is AI and Iggy. Look at this, man. This is nuts. This is nuts. Look how he has to duck his head
Well,
to
look
do
how
this
far
windmill
the
of
ball
dunk.
was under the backboard. Like
All of that stuff.
he had a crazy reach just to get that ball. From the point he landed, got it in his hands, the distance he had to travel to get that go. Cut this before you show the next thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I hit.
So
thought I hit pause there, man.
you didn't. Hey, that's probably not the only time you failed to hit pause. But yeah, the distance he traveled from where he caught it to where he dunked it, that's underrated.
Yeah, Iggy. Because he's very long, so he was able to do that. But another thing I'll say, when a note of a good dunk in a dunk contest is when you never see it repeated again. Like, because you'll see some of these dunks.
Nobody will replicate it.
Nobody can
Yeah.
replicate it. Nobody's going to put an Andre Iguodala jersey on and say, yeah, I'm going to redo this dunk. And shout out my guy, Andre Iguodala. Nobody's going to redo it. This
He
is
was
crazy,
playing,
man.
He was playing until last year, so it's like, and there'd be a whole generation of people who go, "Oh, so you're gonna replicate a defensive stopper who gets hurt a lot?"
I like to see you try. I like to see you try. This dunk is not going to be tried over again. I could guarantee that.
That's
all right?
funny.
Shout out to Andre Iguodala. Came in at number 3 on my top 5 NBA dunk contest dunks. On to number 3, which those who are watching live may have saw a preview of it. Okay. I went with the man, the myth, the legend, Vince Carter. Hard to put him at number fucking 3, right? But look at this. I chose this dunk. Now Vince had about 3 dunks, and I cut it shorter than it was supposed to be. That's terrible by Bubba. That is terrible by Bubba. Because what I wanted to show, when Vince did this dunk, right? I'm gonna tell you something. I was watching this NBA All-Star whole weekend. I was watching what my homeboy said, right? We're in the house. It's the dunk contest, 3-point shootout. We had his house. We're kids. And we're just being extremely loud. Said is a extreme Vince Carter fan. The only extreme Vince Carter fan I know in my life. I'm an extreme Iverson fan. So, of course, Iverson is a part of the All-Star facilities, all that good stuff. We're being so loud in the house. His mom is coming in. You guys got to be quiet. Quiet down a little bit for our neighbors. Vince comes up to do his dunks, right? One thing we like about Vince, every first try, first attempt, is going in. All of his dunks could have made this top 5 list. Any one of his dunks could have made his top 5 list. The reason why I chose this one, when he did that dunk, you can hear a fucking mouse piss on cotton, man. When he did, after the completion of this dunk, the crowd, no one was saying a word. They moved the camera to Shaq. They moved the camera to all of these famous people in the crowd. That's what I cut off here. And everybody was just like, their mouth was shut, closed, like, what the hell just happened? And we were the same way in the room. And look at this. He put his arm inside of the rim. First time we had ever seen that. And we're like, this guy's a fucking alien. Look at this. we were like what? I wish I had the crowd. That's I really fucked that up.
That's a very interesting point you make, because I've watched the dunk contest, and sometimes you just feel like that the reactions, like that there's, because again, it's like the who's who of the NBA
Yeah.
and other celebrities all there that night, and it almost feels like the people's reactions are almost a contest to their own.
Yeah.
That people are I'm gonna overreact
Yeah.
more than you.
Yeah.
And that's all kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
But when somebody does something genuinely spectacular, like, you cannot react. Your reaction is just natural to whatever that is. If it's shock silence, if it's literally falling down, it's not something you can even, your mind doesn't allow you to contemplate what your reaction's going to be.
Yeah.
You literally just react. And that's kind of what you're describing with that dunk, is that, probably every other dunk, people are whoa, yeah.
Right.
And then you're just sitting there going, what the fuck did I just see? Like, that's different, man. That's what you're going for. You want to take that audience to a place they've never been.
Yeah. Shout out to VC, man. The greatest dunk of all time. All right. That doesn't mean anything just because he's number 3 on this list. Number 2. What do we have here? We have Zach LaVine, okay? Now, Zach does this self alley behind the back and comes on the other side of the rim. Just another nutso job of a dunk. It's just incredible. Now, he had 2 incredible runs at this. There are several other dunks I could have put on here, but this is my favorite one. Just behind the back self alley. We've never seen it. Coming from the other side of the rim. Jesus, man, that was crazy. And the thing about Zach, another guy we wish we'd seen more from or whatever. But the thing is about Zach, he's just a beautiful dunker to watch. It's the fluidity. It just looks like you're watching poetry when you're watching him dunk in the dunk contest.
Yeah, when he takes off, there's just this capacity of just like floating.
Yeah.
It's just so graceful, and like if you're there, it probably feels explosive, but it comes off as so smooth and
So
almost
smooth.
effortless, and it's real. It's elegant, is what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unique.
And another funny note here, I was looking through the dunks and things like that, and this other guy had Dr. J. Dr. J is he's my guy. I'm a 76er fanatic. He bought us, a ring there with Moses and all of that. But he had Dr. J free throw line dunk at number 2. And Dr. J, if you can remember, it was like a step in, the free throw line, But he had the afro. He had all of that with the ABA ball, I'm pretty sure, as a homage or whatever.
Didn't he run like the length of the court?
And
too?
ran the length of the court. Zach LaVine did the dunk from the same exact spot that Dr. J took off from the free throw line, but went between the freaking legs. That is fucking insane. And I would have put that on there, but I liked it behind the back because of the way it looked.
You should have put it.
But
there.
that's
I'm gonna say you made a bad call not to put that in there, because I kind of forgot about that. But yeah,
that's crazy. And I mentioned it, so it counts as me saying it. As me putting it on
no,
there.
it's not the same as
As
watching
me
that
putting
again.
it on number 2.
I might have to pull that up on YouTube. Now that I'm thinking about it,
You remember
I
it.
see that again.
Yeah, like it was crazy from the same spot Dr. J.
Yeah.
All right, a couple of other guys were closer, like MJ and those other guys. All right, and Kobe. All right, number 1. Come on, man. You know where I had to go. I had to go to Orlando. Aaron Gordon. A lot of us feel like he was robbed. This. I was live. I was watching this, and I was like, this should have gotten the same reaction as the VC and the arm dunk. This guy with the mascot, this was the second dunk he did with the mascot here. He takes the ball. Are they going to show this replay? Takes the ball, goes between his legs. He takes a shit in midair. How do you contort your body like this?
Yeah. That's hands down my favorite dunk I've ever seen. I mean, I was watching live when it was happening. It was in a dunk contest against Zach LaVine, which to me is that's the greatest dunk contest we've ever had.
Yeah.
There's if you ever, and it's corny to do, but if you ever just needed to declare something a draw, that was the night.
That was the night. Let's just grand day in the morning. Look at this guy, man. I don't even know how you could think of putting your body in the air. Like, you know, why does he need airplanes? Look at this, man.
Yeah.
Jiminy Crickets. That's fucking nuts. That's nuts, man. That's nuts. That's my number one dunk contest dunk of all time.
Yeah. And I don't
Aaron
like
Gordon.
I don't know how you pick another one, honestly. I mean, just the athleticism of it, the creativity, there's just nothing been like it at all.
Yeah, and they begged him and Zach to come back and do a 3-peat, 4-peat. Year after year, they declined, but I think they did enough. They did enough for us.
Well, I do think you can only do the dunk contest so many times.
Yeah.
Because there's only so many things like one guy's gonna be comfortable doing that kind of work for him and his body type and his style, and it's like you don't want to wear that out. And I have always felt, although we can look at some of the dunk champions and say, man, he could have done more as a player, it's always a cool way for a younger player to make a name for himself.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and enhance his profile in the league.
Zach, 1,000%, his profile was boosted because of this dunk contest.
Yeah.
Aaron Gordon to a degree, but Aaron Gordon, you know, I know it was a bad team, but he was the best player on that team. He was going to, you know, it's like you know, he was going to get some type of pub around league circles anyhow because he's getting the ball. He's seeing the ball all the time. Zach, not so much at that time for the Bulls. And this 1,000% boosting his thing. Aaron Gordon too, but
Aaron, the problem I think with Aaron Gordon is like the years that he was a Magic player, like the Magic were like as close to irrelevant as you
they were
could
awful.
be.
No, they were awful.
But I mean, like they were awful, but they like weren't really the absolute bottom of the barrel where people talk about them because they are the worst team.
Yeah, they weren't
were
the
just
Pistons.
a little above
Yeah,
and like we weren't like losing at a historic
Yeah,
level.
yeah.
But so they just literally meant nothing. Like
Yeah.
there was nothing
Yeah.
to watch, nothing to care about, nothing to talk about.
The Charlotte Hornets of
You
the
know?
league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
No. That's 1,000. No, you're completely correct there. Yeah. Now